Hello guys and welcome to Placement Talk. Today I'm sharing with you the question bank material and the resources to crack technical and coding interview of any IT company. These resources and materials are used by me to crack many interviews of the top IT companies. Okay, I will also provide you the tips and tricks which you can use and play smartly in the interview. Before starting off, if you are new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel and also follow the Instagram page placement.com for daily updates regarding the interviews and also the question asked in the interviews. So let's start. First of all, you guys should know all the searching and the sorting algorithms. Searching algorithm is only the binary search and the sorting algorithms mainly which have the less time complexity, which are heap sort and the merge sort. Count sort is also an algorithm, but that is not asked mostly. These all algorithms you should know, and you should know how to implement them and write an executable code in an interview. The interviewer might ask this. This is the most basic question in any coding interview. Jumping forward to the strings, arrays, and the miscellaneous problems. First of all, the permutations of array or a string. This question I encountered in my Infosys interview for the power programmer role. Then comes reversing an array or a string without an extra space, means without using an extra variable. You can reverse this with the XOR function. Then print all the subarrays and substrings. Sum of all the subarrays. The efficient approach means there is a formula for finding the sum of all the subarrays. You have to write down that formula and explain the interviewer how that formula is derived. Then the cadence algorithm. When it comes to arrays, this is the most famous algorithm. You guys must know this algorithm. The water trapping problem. Then comes the prime number. The questions like prime numbers are asked in the coding interviews. Not just the coding interviews, but even the coding rounds, and you should know the efficient approach. Alright, then rotate a matrix by 90 degree. You should know both the approaches for this problem. Then the Deutsche national flag. This is also a sorting algorithm, but here it is a special case where array contains only the numbers 0 and 1 or 0, 1 and 2. Alright, then stock buy and sell, all the 4 versions. This coding question is asked in many companies and in almost in one round of each company this question is asked. I encountered this question thrice in 3 different companies coding rounds. One was the big binary, another one was the LTI, and third one was the Virtusa. Jumping forward, the interview scheduling, the meeting room, and the minimum number of platforms. The last one is a bit of high level. Alright, you should also practice this problem. This develops your competitive coding skills. Moving forward to count the longest possible subarray with the sum not divisible by k. This is also a harder problem, but not that hard, but I would say a medium one. Find the common elements between 2 arrays. Find the second maximum element from the array. The efficient approach means you have to do the algorithm in just one pass, means in just one for loop you have to implement this. Check if the string is palindromic. Given an integer, print the next smallest palindrome and spiral traversal of a matrix. This is also a famous question for the interviews. Alright, now moving to the DP problems. In the interviews, the DP problems are generally the standard ones. You only need to know that much. If you are practicing another questions, that is also well and good. But these basic questions you must know. The knapsack, the coin chain, and the traveling salesman problem are the most common. Alright, you must know this. I, in my EPAM coding round, encountered the knapsack problem, a variation of it. The same formula, same logic, but just a twisted one. Then comes the longest palindromic substring and the subsequence. These both are the variations of each other. the Fibonacci series, and the factorial of a number. Jumping forward to the data structures, the stack and queue. In stack and queue, you guys must know the creation of stack using array and the creation of queue using array, and then the stack using queue and queue using stack, the vice versa, without the inbuilt functions. And then the famous problem, the valid parenthesis. Okay, this question can be tweaked in another ways for recursion, like print all the valid parentheses. Alright, you have to generate, not check. That can also be a question. Then implement LRU cache. Now if you guys know operating system, then you guys might know what is LRU cache. So in many interviews this question is asked. It is actually a simple algorithm, a simple logic for this. Alright, then comes the linked list. Now for linked list, you should know how to create a single, double and a circular linked list. Even in circular, you should know singly circular and doubly circular. Then comes the deletion of a node, and the third problem, which is deletion of a node in a linked list given a random pointer. This question is getting famous day by day. That means you have been given a pointer and you just have to delete that particular node directly. You don't have to traverse or do anything. Then check if a linked list contains a cycle. This is a common one. Find the middle element of an linked list. You have to use two pointers, the slow pointer and the fast pointer, for this approach. Then comes sorting the linked list. We use merge sort for this. Then reversing a linked list. Reversing a linked list in a group of k. What does this mean? That suppose you are given an array of size 6. Then you will reverse the first two elements, then the third and fourth, and then the fifth and sixth. You will not reverse the whole data structure in one go. Then the nth node from the end of a linked list. This is also a famous question. Add two numbers represented as a linked list. There are two methods for doing this. One, while reversing the linked list, then add the numbers and again reverse the linked list. Otherwise, we have to do that without reversing a linked list. Then check if the linked lists are palindrome. You can use a stack data structure for this. Then wave sort and implement hash map. Now if you guys know Java language, then you guys might know how hash map is implemented actually in Java. Alright, so it uses linked list. And wave sort is also a question which is asked in many interviews. Alright, so you should also have a look at these questions. Coming to the trees. In trees, you should know how to create a BST and how to delete the nodes in a BST. Then construct a tree from the in order and pre-order, or the in order and the post order given to you. You have to implement this. You should know how to write the code. Then the depth of a tree. You should know all the traversals. Especially when it comes to trees, the famous questions are tree traversals and the views of the tree. The tree traversals are in order, pre-order, post order, zigzag, vertical, level order and boundary traversal. And the views are left, right, bottom and top. Coming to the in order successor and in order predecessor. Then convert a binary tree, a BST, to the doubly linked list. This is a medium level question and the interviewer might ask you to implement this. Then coming to the balanced BST such as AVL tree and red black tree, you should know the difference between both and you should know the basic theory of them. Alright, then convert a tree to its mirror tree. Check if the two trees are given to you are identical or mirror images of each other. Difference between B and B plus trees. This is also a famous theory question when it comes to trees. And the interviewer might ask you that how are trees used in databases and which trees are used, then you must give these examples of B and B plus trees. Then the diameter of the tree. Jumping to graphs. You should know the creation of graphs using adjacency list and adjacency matrix. Alright, the interviewer might tell you that I don't want you to implement the list, I want you to implement the matrix. You cannot say that I don't know. Alright, then the BFS and the DFS traversals, and the famous Dijkstra's shortest path algorithm, the minimum spanning tree algorithms. You should not know the implementation, but you should know the basic algorithm, how it works. Graph coloring, you should know the implementation. Check if the graph contains cycle, the union and the disjoint. This is also an important topic when it comes to graphs. Then the number of islands, rotten oranges, and the applications of graphs. The number of islands and the rotten oranges are a pretty famous questions in graph. The rotten oranges problem can be tweaked in form of the coronavirus cases nowadays, and it can be presented to you. Alright, so this question is available on LeetCode. When it comes to applications of graph, please do mention the Google Maps. This is going to create a huge impact. I have mentioned a link in the description box which contains the theory and the technical questions regarding to your subjects such as operating systems, database management, and computer networks. These questions cannot be included in this presentation as there are the vast areas to be covered. So I have created a document and I have shared the link in the description. Go to that document, click on the links and read all the questions. Definitely this will be helpful for you. Now coming to the tips and tricks when you are attending any interview. Always carry an ID card with you. Maybe it's your college ID card or a government ID card. And whenever you receive the mail for your interview, please do check the profile of the interviewer on LinkedIn. Don't forget to do this. This is the most important thing, because when you check the profile of the interviewer, you get to know his skill sets. Do your skill set and his skill sets match, so you can play your cards accordingly and you can drive the interview your way. Okay, then keep at least one project ready to be demonstrated in the interview. This will create a huge impact. It will impress him. Then be active on GitHub. I would like to tell you that when I attended my Infosys interview, the interviewer was quite happy that I was constantly active on GitHub and I was constantly uploading some projects. Alright, so please be active on GitHub. This also matters. And you should know the basic information regarding the company, that what's its location, the strength, its sector and all. Then you should always have in mind, or you should always prepare at least 2 questions which you want to ask to the interviewer at the end. This shows the interviewer that how much you know about the company and how much you are eager to join. And you should know all the applications of the data structures, whichever data structures are there. Alright. Now, if you guys are preparing for placements, then you must follow this Instagram page, placement.org. Here you will get all the interview questions, whichever company you want. And I have even uploaded the interview experiences for Virtusa and Infosys. Please do watch that video, and if this is helpful to you in any way, comment below. If it is helpful for you in any ways, please let me know in the comment box and subscribe to the channel and like this video. Thank you and stay safe.